Howdy y'all, and welcome to my hillbilly house. I hope everyone is well today and staying warm. It's very cold here in Kentucky, and so we're gonna make some bread. I've been using this recipe for years. There's no kneading involved. It's delicious, so I wanted to share. I've already got in my bowl a half a cup of sugar and 3 eggs. We're gonna mix that up good. And if I don't be a dummy and forget it, I'll put the recipe in the description box. Sorry for shaking the camera on the table, guys. Want to make y'all seasick. This bread is so yummy. I have even made the bread dough and then turned it into cinnamon bread before. So you don't have to limit yourself to just the bread. You want to get this mixed up really good, and again, it was a half a cup of sugar and 3 eggs, which was exactly what I gathered from the chickens this morning. And now that we've got that good and mixed, we are going to add, oh, and sorry guys, while I've been mixing that, I've had my package of dry active yeast mixed with a 1/4 cup of hot water dissolving. Okay, so right now we are going to add a teaspoon of salt, and the recipe calls for 3½ cups of all-purpose flour. Right now I'm going to put in a 1½ cup. Yeah, I'm using a 1/2 cup, by the way, but I'm not exact on this. We're gonna stir that up. See how that's thickening up here? Get that good and mixed. And not a necessity, but I'm gonna add a little melted butter in here. Mix that back up again. And oops, I left my milk in the microwave. Hang on just a second. You can sit there and stare at my dough for a second. Now I have 1 cup of heated milk. I'm going to put my yeast mixture in with the milk. Oh, I love smelling yeast. I'm going to pour that in here. We're going to mix it again. I don't know if I mentioned yet or not, there is no kneading in this. which is awesome. Mix that up pretty good. Yeah, we put in a cup and a half of flour before. So now we are supposed to put in the other cup of flour. You know, sometimes I'll put a little more, a little less. You know, I just go by the consistency that I want it. You know, recipes aren't, in my opinion, aren't made to be go by precisely. So now what I'm going to do, I've got a half a cup here. I'm gonna put it in, mix it a little. I'm gonna put in another half cup. Mix it up. Yeah, I'm gonna be adding more. But you know, where I add the butter in, that makes a little difference, so I have to add more to get the right consistency. There goes another half cup. And again, that was all-purpose flour. See how this is looking. And I'm still going to add more flour. You just want a thick dough. You want it to stay moist though. You don't want it so thick that, you know, you've got a dry dough. I might have put a little bit more butter in there than what I thought. But yeah, you can just work with it, get it how you want it. And this, I don't want my bread to turn out dry, so this looks good for me. Let me show you here. See? And now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna let this sit and rise a couple of hours, or, you know, till it about doubles in size. You know, if you've made bread, you know how you want it. I'm just gonna cover it with my old towel here and let it set. You want it in a warm place and let it rise, and we'll come back to bake this. Okay, you all, so my dough has risen. I've got it in the loaf pan. It's gonna go in the oven, and hopefully if it turns out, I will be showing you it's done. I think my yeast may be a little old because it didn't rise like it should have. The recipe calls to set your oven at 325. I'm gonna bake mine at 290 because all ovens are different. Plus, I don't like mine really super brown. And yeah, that's, oh yeah, and in the first part of the video, I made a mistake. You probably caught it. Recipe calls for 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour. First, I added a cup and a half, and then I said to add the other cup. I should have said add the other 2 cups. But yeah, so if this turns out, I will put the recipe in the description box, and I'll see you soon.